Hey guys, Eric Zubik here, bask in the glory. This could be your only time seeing the old Strand VCI logo. Those were the times. Anyway, on with the Goofs right now. Okay, here's the lowdown. We're in the 5th and 6th edition of the VHS tapes from Ringo Starr. You guys voted for Better Late Than Never. That's what you're getting. Even though we're completely out of order. Sorry to apologize to the people in the UK for not enough votes. Anyway, let's get this over with and get to the more Goofs than the construction on the viaduct. Let's get it now!
The engines were finding life difficult. Workmen were mending the viaduct on the main line.
Wait, I think I see a goof.
The engines were finding life difficult. Workmen...
I think the tracks were wavy that time. Oh, wait. Yeah, the tracks were a little too wavy on the viaduct. That's something the workmen should have also fixed.
Mending the viaduct on the main line. The arches needed strengthening. Sir Topham Hatt did not want to close the railway while the work was done, and so repairs took a long time.
The camera's shaking, I think, as well. But that's kind of normal, so that's why we're not counting it. Alright, nothing obscure with the coaches, looks like.
The engines had to take great care when crossing the viaduct, and the delay often made them late on their journey to the junction, where they knew Thomas would be ready to collect his passengers.
Hold on. Hold on.
Passengers. On their journey to the...
There might be another goof.
Take great care when crossing the viaduct, and the delay often made them late on their journey to the junction, where they knew Thomas would be ready to collect his passengers.
I think the brake coach is in front. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have no clue.
Thomas grew crosser and crosser.
And his eyes got wonkier and wonkier when he got crosser and crosser. Apparently that's a side effect on Sodor.
Time's time, he grumbled. Why should I keep my passengers waiting, while Henry and James dawdle about all day on viaducts? Don't blame me, snorted Henry. If we hurried across the viaduct, it might collapse, and then you'd have no passengers at all. What would you do then? Run my train on time for one thing, retorted Thomas. He hurried away before Henry could answer. Bertie was impatient too.
Wait a minute, I think I noticed another goof.
He hurried away before Henry could answer.
Either it was
impatient.
just sand, or maybe some of the rails were not in place. I don't know. I'm considering it a goof till further notice. Anyway.
Two. He was timed to arrive just after Thomas. His passengers found...
Oh, and Bertie's got the wonky side effect disorder when he gets cross as well. Another main story in Sodor they do not tell you here.
That instead of going straight from the bus to their train, they were kept waiting till Thomas arrived. Soon Bertie grew cross with Thomas. Late again, he remarked, as Thomas panted wearily in. We may be friends, but I thought you could go fast, Thomas.
I thought his eye gap on his left eye was aligned as well.
It's time we had another race. I reckon I could beat you now. Thomas let off steam loudly. Rubbish, he hissed fiercely. It's those mainline engines. They dither about on the viaduct and then blame Sir Topham Hatt's workmen. It's just an excuse for laziness, if you ask me. One day, James was later than ever at the junction. I'm sorry, Thomas, he puffed. I was held up at the station, and the viaduct made it...
Hold on.
At the junction.
Okay,
I'm sorry, Thomas, he puffed. I was held up at...
Okay, there were two different roofs. One was gray, the other was white. How did they mix up the colors on the roof?
The station, and the viaduct made it worse. It's lucky for you I'm a guaranteed connection, grumbled Thomas. Before James could answer, he puffed importantly away. Come along, he panted to the coaches. Annie and Clarabelle did their best, but Thomas soon found that he couldn't save much time.
And he couldn't save the workmen from hanging on for dear life as well. He's not even on the ladder. And I'm pretty sure that's archive footage from Thomas and the Conductor.
Suddenly, Thomas saw Bertie ahead. His radiator was steaming. What's the matter? Asked Thomas. You should be at the station by now. You're late. I feel dreadful, moaned Bertie. All upset inside, and driver say...
And apparently I feel dreadful for the extra holes in your eyes. I mean the divots, or the dark spot, looks like an olive.
He can't make me better. Thank goodness you're late too. Can you take my passengers, please? They'll never get home otherwise. Of course, agreed Thomas. He now felt sorry for Bertie and promised to get help at the next station. Thomas set off again. Already he felt much more cheerful, and Bertie's passengers, travelling in Annie and Clarabelle, all reached home safely. When Bertie...
With Clarabelle in the wrong position, might I also add.
...was better, he came to thank Thomas. I'm sorry I teased you about being late, he said.
Whoa.
When Bertie was better, he came to thank Thomas. I'm sorry I teased you about being late, he said. That's all right, said Thomas. I'm glad I could help. There are times...
Wait a minute. There's something underneath the lantern. It's either wiring or it looks like sticky tack from here. I don't know.
But being late isn't such a bad thing after all. With a last cheerful greeting, the two friends went back to work.
And that's the end of the story. Comment down below if I missed anything. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Next week, we will begin our runner-up vote. Pop Goes the Diesel, the trilogy. And at the end of the third part of the trilogy, I got another poll set for you guys, so be alert for that. Anyway, this has been Eric Zubik. I'll catch you guys at the next station. All aboard!